Fear of AI in the English classroom is real, very real. You see, English teachers tend to prefer a productive struggle associated with students working through a difficult poem, a complex narrative, or the inverted syntax in a Shakespearean drama. Hi, I'm Pam Amendola, and I do things a little different in my classroom. Let's see. For some, AI has threatened the very nature of our existence and the purpose of why we do what we do every day. Allowing an AI to do all of the heavy lifting or thinking for students is what English teachers are most concerned about. Throughout the writing process is where students experience this productive struggle. When a student uses tech that does all the work for them to avoid the productive struggle, they will choose the easiest option. The gap between what education has always been and what it needs to be has never been larger. We've reached a crucial time in ed where it's important to rethink how we can get our students to critically think in different ways. I call this gap the in-between. This in-between is a wonderful time for innovating and in reimagining education, but it will take a change in mindset. Changing my mindset is what led me to reimagining what I do with AI in my English curriculum. Something pedagogically fresh was my mission. So let me share how I reimagined my Macbeth lesson. I built background knowledge on Shakespeare and British Lit first. Students completed a gallery walk, acted out scenes in the theater, and shared ideas in lit circles. My class is typically very discussion-based, so I intertwined conversations on ethics to set up for our Gen AI lesson in Act 4. The fun came in Act 4, Shakespeare Belongs to All of Us, using Gen AI to create a film remix of Macbeth. Take a look at this.
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men, bestride our downfallen birthdom.
What I believe I'll wail, what no believe, and what I can redress, as I shall find the time to friend, I will.
So some objectives that I tried to achieve in this project were to learn how to use AI to create critical thinking skills and alternative to writing and analysis essay, to learn Gen AI and how to create movie clips, and then to empower them to be able to choose their own style if they wanted to, based on either a modern day show or movie, or they could create their own style. Students recreated an assigned scene from Macbeth by using Pika.art to generate movie clips and utilized 11 labs to overdub the lines from the play. They experienced frustration, elation, and the productive struggle normally associated with learning a new skill or task. Just because they weren't writing an essay didn't mean that they weren't learning and developing critical thinking skills. One of the best parts? It was difficult for them to cheat their way through each task. Making sense of the archaic language was difficult enough, but transferring their new knowledge to a tangible product was evidence of the reproducible skill that they can use after graduation. They had to become experts and show me that they understood what was happening in each scene because they had to prompt Pika correctly in order to get the desired result. There was a lot of frustration throughout the 2-week period. Not that I derived joy from struggle, but this was a time when students were productively struggling. Oh, and did I mention that they were seniors and they were going to graduate in 2 weeks? It was particularly challenging because they were done. But they were constantly engaged and had questions, not just about how to use the tech, but why the characters behaved as they did in that particular scene. They weren't on their phones playing video games, and they worked outside of class to improve their projects. So, in closing, just a few thoughts. This project was the first iteration of a Gen AI to create a movie from a selection of literature, and it was far, far from perfect. I included traditional teaching and assessment methods to meet my ELA standards. I used a generous amount of formative feedback so students would be reassured that they were fulfilling my expectations. So in conclusion, I'm satisfied with the results of this project, and I look forward to your feedback on ways to improve. Thanks so much for spending time with me today to learn about integrating Gen AI into the ELA classroom.